Hello, Randomania 2. I know we're kind of in progress here, but we have a Week 3 race in the Dragon Warrior League on standard flags. Everybody, for this week, the race is... Oh, there we are. Yeah, Week 3, standard flags. Everybody picked based on their points. And we actually had these Stones of Sunlight early on, as we have Ryuseishin, Basp, Tristal, and CaptainGreen going at. And that's kind of not looking good, especially since you have to take one step through a swamp to get out of Tantagel. And our bottom right runner finding Sleep and Hurt on the Metal Scorpion gets taken out. You can see there on the stats 8 strength. So they have a little bit of strength, but the HP is really not good. And the red slime has the Dragon Lord Breath, and the Magidrake, he has the Hurt more. Captain Green gonna find a slime here, take it out, get some experience. Sorry about any technical difficulties. Just haven't had some technical difficulties, so we're kind of joining in progress, as also looking like Zone 0 Tantal's kind of started on the east end, as going east quickly puts you into Zone 2 with skeletons and metal scorpions and all that nasty stuff. And yeah, here's a draw for Ryuseishin. And here's a whole bunch of fire for Basp. It looks like Ryu is Miss Pac-Man.
Alright. That was a bit of an ordeal, but I got the restream up and going here.
And if you hear that, that is my co-commentator, Empty Eye.
Hello, everybody.
As we're trying to take out this ghost, going to use the herb, and might have it here. And scorpions with baby breath, so kind of a difficult enemy set to start, but Ryuseishin's going to take out the ghost to get the experience lead. Again, sorry for any technical difficulties. Tristal trying to get out. Yeah, that's a Demon Knight. And yes, our tracker for tonight, this late race, is the Amused Miniature. We have Alliger Brap doing the tracking. I am Smashy, and with me is Empty Eye.
Hello, hello. Yeah, this is looking like a pretty rough start so far here.
Yeah, there are red slimes and slimes available, but the red slimes have the Dragon Lord Breath, so if you can't get them in one, they can get you in one. As Basp is going to get off to level 2.
Yep.
And finds...
It's 0 power! I love it!
but it did pick up 7 agility, 3 health, and 4 magic. And Captain Green just runs into a Mel Scorpion, is slapped, and is wrecked. Ryuseishin runs into a Star Wyvern, is just conventionally wrecked.
Yep, and Tristal getting the 3 damage on the red slime there. That'll help him out.
June using hurt, but with only 8 attack power, not going to be able to damage. And welcome to level 2, Tristal. Enjoy no strength as Captain Green makes a hero run to Rimeldar. Fairly decent selection of weapons and armor, no shields, but with no May, can't really do much but enjoy the information.
Yes, but even that information can be very helpful early on. He now knows where he needs to go to get keys once he has the gold for them. And that Axe Knight is going to send him back to the castle here.
Scorpion, not what you want. Neither is the Druin. Kind of just looking for the slime and the red slime. And on level 2, with that extra agility, maybe the ghost becomes viable, so kind of looking for 3 monsters and a sea of horrible death.
Yeah, we have a Tristal here trying to take on a magician, and that didn't go well for him.
And Basp blows away a red slime with a maximum damage critical for an entire 8 points of damage.
Those criticals are always fun. Sometimes at the start of a seed, depending on what your attack power actually is, you'll try and fight something like a ghost or even a magician that you wouldn't normally be able to defeat, just hoping for that lucky critical hit to take it out and kind of get you going.
Ryuseishin's on level 1, not good enough for the ghost. And Basp, trying to get the level 3, doesn't deal enough damage to beat the red slime and just gets obliterated.
So we have Ryu, looks like he might have found a spot where he wants to try and grind here. Or he just really likes that coast there. I'm not sure which. I'm going to guess the first one.
I mean, it looks like a nice scenic view. Although he just got a nice scenic view of the Axe Knight's axe to his face.
Yes. That was not the view he was looking for there.
And Basp getting a hero run at exactly the wrong time.
And he's going to try and take out this red slime here. That should get him another level.
Yep, that'll do it. Didn't get him in 1, but the red slime was nice.
Close enough.
And here we go.
1,
5, 8, 4.
Not a great level, frankly. The 8 HP is helpful, as is the 5 agility, I guess.
That's not enough to survive the hurt more.
Nope, Magic Reiki casting hurt more, not helpful.
So, if they have any of a certain kind of candy bar from the previous race, I think we need some of them over here.
I only stopped into the previous race in kind of the second half, so I was kind of preoccupied with my race at 7 o'clock. So
yeah, like I said earlier, this is the
series.
third of a triple header tonight,
Just trying to turn it around, get some momentum.
and well, it's just getting a little slow.
yeah, this is very slow going early on here. Sometimes you get lucky with the level 1 hurt more, and sometimes you get that 4 power start with no offensive magic spells at all. I think this is more toward the latter end, although I had a little technical difficulty getting the restream up, so I missed what the actual starting stats were.
They have had the 8 strength to start, they just haven't had, like they would really like some Drakey right now, as Ryuseishin actually just hero runs all the way to Swamp North. And speaking of hero runs, it's just gonna almost hero run the entire dungeon, and then a warlock shows up, 1 hit, runs away.
Well, he gets away. Yep. So on to Swamp South. I think he was maybe hoping to backdoor into Garenham there or something, but
well, here's a town. Does he have his herb on him?
But small problem. Well,
no, because I believe he used his herb to defeat a ghost earlier, so...
Right, so he didn't have the health to actually survive and get to the town.
Yeah, that 1 hit from the warlock did him in there. In the meantime, Tristal has made up to level 2, Captain Green's actually made to level 3, and Ryuseishin just not finding that final monster. Tristal actually going to get into Rimmeldar, going to get that information. Going to be a little bit sad.
Yep. But always helpful to know where the keys are. So I take it we did not get any gold in the throne room this seed.
Nope, we got the herb, we got Stones of Sunlight, and we got the key.
Okay, then. In a way, that can be a good thing, because when you get the gold in the treasury, or not the treasury, excuse me, the throne room, you sometimes have a decision to make of how badly do you want to try to hold on to that gold and hope for maybe a nearby town, such as Rimmeldar, to buy keys, or maybe get an early hand axe. This is especially true if you don't get the level 1 hurt more. But as we had neither of those this seed, that was not a factor.
But what may be a factor are those green dragons just unleashing the Dragon Lord breath upon Captain Green. Captain Green actually finds a town in the swamp.
All this information and nothing you can do with it at the moment.
And I don't believe he has his herb up, so we'll just have to put that town on the back burner. We're gonna give this ghost another go and just gets blasted.
At level 3, he might be able to chip away at this, though. It seems like he is at least consistently doing 1 damage. Oh, there's a 2.
Yeah, the good news is we have been getting some fairly decent agility, so the ghosts are now damage broken. Basically, they have more defense power than the enemy has attack, so the ghost suddenly can do much less damage, sometimes dealing nothing.
Yes, that's right. Especially as you get into the late game, the defense break, as we sometimes call it, becomes very important. And I don't know the exact formula, to be honest, but what it boils down to is once your defense crosses a certain threshold, and the threshold is different for each enemy, they start basically using a completely different set of calculations to determine how much damage they can do. And the average of that new set of calculations is far lower than the default set.
Unfortunately, they still do not have the power to guarantee these red slimes, but Dragon Lord Breath gonna take quite a bit to get over that threshold of not dying to that. And finally, Ryuseishin, welcome to level 2. Empty Eye loves it.
Welcome to 0 power. I love it. I know when I started that, I was basically just ripping off Smash TV. You know, big money, big prizes, I love it. Which I think, in turn, Smash TV got it from somewhere else. But anyway.
And look at that level 4, 35 health.
Wow.
And the spell for Pell. And everybody just kind of dies.
Mass death.
Welcome to the seed. It contains death. And Captain Green's just about there as well. If he can finish off one red slime, that'll do it.
Yep, that'll get him there. Oh yeah, that whole level was very nice. So unfortunately, I don't believe either Basp or Captain... Oh, okay, here's Captain Green going into the swamp. Let's see if he finds that town. He does.
Yeah, I think he was the one that initially found it, and with 35 HP extra, he can definitely get there now.
Yeah, he can make it there now.
And Druins with heal more, so not quite yet. Okay, so Town in the Swamp, what art thou?
Oh,
Thou art Hawksness.
I've mentioned this before, and it's probably just kind of confirmation bias on my part, but it seems like whenever I find a town in a swamp, more often than not, it is Hawksness.
I think my personal bias is that the second continent always has one town, and it's Breckenary. But enough about that. Let's see what new troubles our competitors can get into with their newfound power. And it looks like this magician's going to be the target of choice for Basp now. Even gonna go if the Magidrake would go. Only dealing 2 there.
Oh, and Captain defeats a Magidrake. He took a hurt more to the face and survived. He wants nothing to do with that Druin, however.
Yeah, it looks like they're spamming the stop spell a little bit, and ouch. Okay, not enough for Basp to avoid taking 2 to the face.
Meanwhile, Ryu making it to level 3 here. So we mentioned earlier that, or in the chat, it was mentioned that everybody is using a strength HP build. So if you're not familiar with Dragon Warrior or the randomizer, your name actually basically determines your set of stats. And one of the most popular ones is the strength HP build, where there's a long-term focus on basically increased strength and HP. Strength Agility is another very popular build. And then the other two are HP MP and then Agility MP as well. Those you'll tend to see a little bit less often.
Yeah, usually you see those reserved for the extremely difficult starts because, while he knows that the strength HP has long-term strength and HP focus, early on you'll actually have higher MP and agility in those builds, so sometimes if you see a rough start, you'll see our runners maybe do a name swap over to one of those HP MP or MP agility builds and get that early extra strength to try to get through. But it looks like our runners are going to be able to at least get off the ground here with their strength HP builds. Slowly but surely.
Yep, it's not a quick process, but then sometimes it's just not a quick process, and they are kind of often going here, if nothing else.
And Basp looked like taking a little walk around, almost getting into the view range of Rimeldar, but look at that knight. He threw some fire and then he punched his face off. And Poltergeist also with the combo of the Stop Spell and Hurt More. So we're having this kind of a low strength start, but we're also having a lot of enemies with very annoying skill sets.
Yeah, the enemies with the baby breath and the hurt mores, and of course the red slime with Dragon Lord breath. That's always fun. The possibly good / bad thing is that your agility doesn't so much matter when you're taking spells to the face and, various breaths to the face, since those ignore agility.
Yeah, and Basp discovering the Rogue Scorpion has sleep.
Tristal making it to level 4, getting that nice 35 HP. Level 4 now, obviously an area where they cannot comfortably punch magicians to death. And trolls, apparently. Oh. Never mind, I misread that. And now slimes are running away.
And yeah, with this start, if anybody was trying to keep up a COD counter, that's going to just be going through the roof.
Yeah, we have visited the fish factory here. COD counter, by the way, is a Nest cardinality reference, which is in turn a Dragon Warrior 2 reference. When you die in Dragon Warrior 2, the person who revives you says it's something like no life, no pulse, cold as a cod. Yes, thou art truly dead. And so Nest card would increment the COD counter every time you died in Dragon Warrior 2.
Because evidently the jerk decided to take up reviving people or something like that.
That is true. He is rather snarky in Dragon Warrior 2. He's like, I suppose I'll revive you, though you deserve less. It's like, look, buddy, I don't see you out here trying to defeat Argon, save the world.
I mean, hey, half of people's gold, that's not that bad of a paycheck. As Ryuseishin decides to explore this desert and finds just desert. And Wraith Knights. Wraith Knights with extremely large amounts of fire.
Yes, we see, does look like Tristal has taken the experience lead here. I think, if not this magician, I think he'll be 2 experience away from level 5 after this.
Nope, that did it.
Well, he gets there. Okay. I can do math.
With 5, 3, 9, 11, and the spell of hurt. That's not
Hurt.
bad.
That's not terrible. He that's probably going to be good enough to allow him to start some exploration here.
Yeah, gonna let him torch things down a whole lot easier. Tristal finding Rimeldar.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Still
I don't know if he has the money to get keys yet, but he's making that walk around. Yep, 112 gold.
Yep.
He's got 2 of them.
Let's see what he's going to do here. Okay, he's going to... I imagine he's going to immediately check the 2 chests here. Oh no, he's going to check out the item shop.
Yeah, gonna see what's on sale and probably use those 2 chests over in Tantajol.
Yeah, probably going to check the treasury. Good move. Now, one thing that might become a factor later on is there is 1 chest in Rimeldar. That he may well have to remember to come back and check later once he has more money for keys. More keys.
In the meantime, Basp hit 5 and immediately put that hurt spell to use, getting a slight experience lead here.
Yes, absolutely. That hurt spell is going to really, especially with some of the monsters we've seen around the castle, such as this Poltergeist. Well, so much for that. You got stop spelled.
He got stop spelled and then got torched.
Yep. If that's going to make things like Druids, Drolls, maybe Magidrakes, going to make them a lot easier with that hurt spell.
In the meantime, Tristal raiding the treasury and finds the Silver Harp and the Death Necklace, so 2 of the key items need to go make the Rainbow Drop and raid the Dragon Lord's castle right in Tantajol. And below Tantajol is a cave of some sort.
That is the Mountain Cave.
That indeed is looking like a mountain cave. It contains wraiths. And Stoneman. That's going to be a tougher opponent to run from.
Yep. And he gets away, though.
Only to die standing on a chest to a big old fireball from a knight.
That's never fun. That said, at least it was the first chest, or I imagine it was the first chest. as opposed to when that happens on the last chest, and then you kind of have a decision to make. Do you go back in there and check the chest, or do you just gamble but it has nothing important and kind of move on?
Yeah, I'm sure once he picks up a bit more in the way of stats from beating up on stuff for levels, he will go ahead and search that out. Maybe find a sword. Although we do have the 2 key items that are guaranteed to be in chests already found. We've already found the Stones of Sunlight and the Harp. We've already found the Death Necklace, so kind of looking a little bit thin for diving into these things.
Yes, indeed.
Basp gonna get the bad news here. That's a Hawksness. And then that just kind of dead ends, so he's probably just gonna wind up dying in the swamp. And oh wow, while we're looking at Crystal's raid on the treasury, Basp is already made to level 6. Spell of Hurt, not a bad move. Crystal finding a dead end down south below Remeldar. And finding another fireball from a knight. Oh wow, Ryu got a metal slime. I don't know where he got it, but he got it. And suddenly he is the XP leader.
Oh wow, yeah.
Ooh, and the Drakey down here as well. That's something they would have liked to had.
Yeah, that would have been
Evidently,
earlier, but
evidently just outside of Remeldar is a zone with the Metal Slime. A monster that only has 3 health and gives 255 experience, but has maximum defense and will run away like crazy.
yep. And of course, in the randomizer, they could always have other fun abilities like Sleep or Hurt More, Dragon Lord 2 Breath. But here, he was able to kill it. I imagine the Metal Slime had none of those. There's another level for him.
And 1, 2, 1, 3, 2, and something was MTI. I don't know what, but I imagine MTI loves it all the same. Captain Green gonna pick up some keys here. That's gonna try to finish out this exploration. Over here we know it doesn't go too much further. And here's Captain Green with a metal slime. And unfortunately, he's so strong it actually just runs away. At 20 strength, once you hit that point, that is when metal slimes can run, as Basp is getting slept and is getting wrecked by this specter. We're going to take a little bit more money back to Remeldar and get a few more keys if he can get past this troll. As Tristal goes down into the mountain cave, let's see if he has any better luck. First chest of mountain cave is a fairy water. Another fairy water. A cursed belt. And a key refund. Since this is under Tangential, you have to use a key to get here. Speaking of keys, Captain Green about to raid the treasury for its harps and necklaces. In the meantime, Basp decides to get some vengeance upon the male scorpion, blast it with a couple of hurts. I mean, you'd like to blast it with hurt more, but kind of have to have that spell first. And before we can find out the final chest, I believe Tristal just took it from the Axe Knight. Yeah, it's looking like 1 strength, 0 agility, 3 health, 2 magic, and a spell on level 7. Which I believe was outside. And in the meantime, Tristal actually using the Death Necklace chest, which you can only ever get 1 copy of the Death Necklace. Afterwards, it turns into a chest worth around 120 gold. And now he is doing the slow money grind.
That is an interesting play, and I have to say, quite a heads-up play, honestly. I don't know that I would have thought of gold grinding off of the Death Necklace chest there, but...
Yeah, this is going to take much longer because normally your normal gold grind chest you usually get around maybe like 650, 700 per. This is 120, this is about 20% speed. I think he's only going to go up to about 9,200 to pick up a broadsword and magic armor, but...
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. But that'll be...
He might be here a while.
That will, that'll allow him to start smacking some things around that, you'd previously have to use hurt on, or you might not be able to survive using hurt on things. Whereas with magic armor and a broadsword or a hand axe even, that kind of increases the pool of enemies you can fight at least once.
In the meantime, I think Ryuseishin may have gotten himself another metal slime and is up to level 8. And has picked up Radiant. And also another good thing Tristal's going to get, if he can actually if he can actually go get the magic armor, is that the magic armor provides 1/3 resistance to hurt spells, so that'll help take the edge off some of these hurts flying around.
That is correct, and it also recovers HP, albeit very slowly. It recovers 1 hit point for every 4 steps you take.
And if Ryuseishin can make it past this Axe Knight, I don't know if that's going to work, but...
Yeah, that was
blocked,
not what you wanted.
And dead. So for now, the final chest of Mountain Cave remains a mystery.
That's always fun.
Captain Green gonna go through to the second continent here.
He's gonna try, he's gonna make it.
Touchdown. And Tristal actually gonna go stock up on a few keys before buying his gear. And Captain Green actually manages to see the town and...
and he gets Dragon Lord Breath.
And he just gets reduced to ash. So what does that put us up to now? Is that 3 or 4?
Say that again?
Dragon Lord 2 enemies. We've got the red slime. Oh, we have Star Wyverns with it.
They've got Dragon Lord Breath, so it's at least 3. Probably 4 or 5. We've seen Star Wyverns, red slimes, Drakimas. And as Captain Green gets ready to get banned. Wow, Tristal planned that out very well. He now has 0 gold pieces left. 0 gold! I love it! And Ryu, meanwhile, gonna take another shot at the mountain cave. Try to see what that last chest is. And so now seems like as good a time as any to talk about the Death Necklace and what it does in the randomizer. So in the vanilla game, the Death Necklace curses you, and that's all it does. And what the curse does is basically the king kicks you out of the castle, and you have to go get uncursed at Breckenary. In the randomizer, the Death Necklace curses you, but it also gives you a bonus 10 to your attack power in exchange for 25% of your max HP. And this was something kind of added in to the randomizer after there were several seeds, I would say, where you just got a ton of HP, and despite the HP, you did not have enough strength to defeat Dragon Lord 2. And so the developer added this functionality to the Death Necklace to kind of give you a bit of a choice, add a little bit of strategy to, if you have some borderline stats, you risk the curse, you put on the Death Necklace, just take the max HP hit. It's a really interesting kind of new dimension to the game, I think.
And Ryuseishin has found the club.
Yeah, so it looks like what he actually got there was a dragon scale.
Yeah, kind of one of the side effects of the gold grind. It makes items appear a little bit more randomly than you'd expect, including some fun names, like maybe you'll actually get a plate Jakima.
Yes, or the Axe Ghost is my personal favorite. So do you want to explain how the treasure chest glitch actually works? We've seen it in action, but I don't think we ever explained how it worked at all.
Okay, so the way the game stores open treasure chests is that it does some weird stuff to where it can basically only save 8 open treasure chests at any time. And that does not get reset until you go to the overworld. So if you were to go into a random cave, like in this case, the Grave of Garen, because I just want to kind of throw Mount Cave out here, but if they were to go into the Grave of Garen, get some chests, and then die, those chests would not be reset. And then the throne room also counts as 3 chests. And then once you hit that magic 8 number, any chests after that simply do not despawn, so you can just keep taking the contents over and over. Usually they'll do that for gold, but sometimes if it's convenient, maybe they'll do an herb grind, pick up 6 herbs right there, get some keys. If they're really strapped for money, grind cursed belts or something like that. But usually you see them using it to get a whole bunch of gold to buy really expensive and powerful gear, like the magic armor Tristal has, or maybe a flame sword. And usually the biggest target's the silver shield, because it provides a whole lot of defense, and notably is not outclassed by a piece of Urgic's gear.
Yes, indeed. Captain Green saw a cave in a town, but unfortunately got blue dragoned before he could reach either of them. And so, yeah, the treasure chests, the reason that the game does that is basically to prevent you from soft locking yourself, because you might have seen when Tristal grabbed a chest, it asked him basically, hey, your inventory is full, do you really want this item? It is possible to say no, and it is possible to say no to key items, in which case the game is just like, okay, you gave it up, good job. So, to prevent you from accidentally permanently throwing away a key item and soft locking your game, it doesn't permanently despawn chests that you open. It just kind of moves them off to another piece of the memory, and it basically brings them back when you return to the overworld.
Captain Green gonna give this swamp another go. He's going to find a snowman. He's going to take a bit more fire from the snowman, and
he's determined to make it to that town. Looks like.
Basp gets his treasury raid on. And Ryuseishin runs into a green dragon, is very lucky to only be attacked by it, as they actually have the wombo combo of the sleep spell and the Dragon Lord breath.
Oh, ouch.
And Blue Dragon's unleashing the Hurtmore, so with each Hurtmore enemy we find, the magic armor pickup just gets better and better, because you see it there. Tristal takes a Hurtmore on 36 health, survives it thanks to the magic armor, and then fails to run and dies anyways, but you can see it reduce that damage, and it's going to make exploring a bit easier for him.
Yeah, especially with all these enemies that have hurt more and regular hurt, which regular hurt not so much of a factor now, but the damage reduction is still quite useful.
It looks like Captain Green's decided he wants some experience. He doesn't want it that bad.
Not from a Magic Wyvern. I imagine not from a Blue Dragon either.
Well, he's gonna get Blue Dragon whether he likes it or not. I imagine he didn't like it.
Did not love it.
And Basp is going to give the other end of Swamp a go.
Yep, he pauses there. I wonder if he's maybe trying to make a map.
And Captain Green throwing it back, tries to beat up a red slime. It dodges and then just nukes his
hits him with the Dragon Lord breath. Oh, good God.
That's the fun thing about these weak enemies with the Dragon Lord breath. Even if you run into them and you can just delete them in one move, all they have to do is get that dodge, or if you just decide to leave them alone and run away, you could just horribly fail your run roll and they can block you and delete you. I've had that happen to me before.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's hard to even be too mad at a Dragon Lord breath death to a red slime. You just kind of have to laugh it off at that point. Captain Green, I imagine he was gonna try and see maybe what the boss was in Hawksness. He got Stone Man before he got there.
In the meantime, Basp has actually found another town far north on the second continent. I don't know if this has been seen yet. I was a little bit AFK, but manages to take down the Wyvern and finds a Stone Man. And is blocked by the Stone Man, and
he gets hurt
by the Stone Man. And 5755 spell of something. Okay, I just kept etching up on what level 8 was.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything particularly useful, unfortunately. I have to admit, I'm not entirely sure what Captain Green was doing going into Hawksness. Maybe just trying to see what some of the enemies in the town were, because... Yes, you can kind of scout for what the mini-boss is, but with these levels and with no Hurtmore, I cannot think of any of the potential mini-bosses you would be able to beat at this point. And Drakima is with the Dragon Lord Breath. I think we knew that already. Meanwhile, we have the token in Cole, and that actually basically puts Ryu in the lead, progress-wise, I would say. Meanwhile, we have Basp now going to take his turn exploring the mountain cave. Tristal looks like he's just doing some more grinding. Yep. Ryu, meanwhile, in pool, picking up, looks like a small shield and a club. And the metal slime runs away. It stuck around for a little while, but ultimately said no thanks. We have Tristal on a grind right now. We've got Basp exploring the mountain cave. Ryu just got sent back to the castle. And Captain Green eating a Hurtmore from the Poltergeist. So he'll be going back to the castle as well.
Ryu giving Hawksness a peek. I was not here, so I did not see the token pickup. Was that Cole or a chest?
That was Cole. Ryu did find Cole, and he searched the square and found the token.
Oh, bit of a scare for Ryu and gets ambushed by the red slime.
Yeah, I saw that. He's gonna take a peek at this enemy, and it's a red dragon.
And of course, it has Hurtmore. Seems like the Dragon Lord has invested well in his forces and has given them plenty of hand grenades and flamethrowers.
Yes, indeed. Ellie Gerbrap does point out that Tristal definitely has an advantage even now, but if Erdrick's armor is there, then Tristal definitely has an advantage since he does have the magic armor on, which is going to help kind of blunt the Hurtmores a little bit. And it'll also reduce the damage from the attacks of the Red Dragon as well.
Yeah, if there's one thing the seed has not shied away from so far, it's the health. Already over 80 at these early levels. That 35 from earlier really helped in that regard.
Alright. Basp in the meantime. Looks like they're exploring. Dropped the Fairy Water and obtained a Cursed Belt. So, one thing I should point out is that when you're in this kind of gold grindy chest glitch mode, as Basp33 currently is, when you find an item, the displayed item is not actually what you obtain in the chest, and I don't want to use the kind of hacky speedrun commentator, the game gets confused cop-out. But pretty clearly it's pulling the wrong string of text from memory somehow when that happens. You cannot get, except for Erdrick's sword, you cannot get weapons or armor from chests. And then some of the other fun ones are, of course, the Plate Drakima or the Axe Ghost.
In the meantime, as Ali Dribrap making a note of it, that was a really good level 9. 16 power, 7 agility, 11 health, and 8 magic.
That was very nice. And for you making the 2-key investment to get a torch. Hashtag worth it.
The value. Meanwhile, Tristal has found coal and will soon be collecting a token.
Yep, and there it is.
Now all we need is to find some dude in a chest. Dude in a cave that is known as the Jerk, as he is the guy that you need to get the rainbow drop from, which makes a bridge to Sharlock. But if you do not have the token, he will live up to his name of the Jerk, and he will just boot you out of the cave entirely.
Yep, he just says something like, "You're not the hero, get out!" I believe, actually, if you go back in there after you get the rainbow drop, he says he's a little bit less jerky, but he's like, "There's nothing else for you here, go." Or something similar.
Yeah, if you go in there with the token, then he's just like, hello, sir, you need to go get a stick and some stones." Meanwhile, Ryuseishin gonna try to get this metal slime, but fails. And finds a dead end south of Sharlock.
Crystal, meanwhile, grabbing the dragon scale, puts it on. It's a quick +2 to defense power.
And in the meantime, he is putting that extra strength and that broadsword to good use, putting those big hits into that Spectre to take it down.
Yes, absolutely. Alright, looks like he's found the west edge of the map, or close to it. Crystal has. Basp about to hit his level 9. Basp taking a nap here to this Rogue Scorpion.
And then he wakes up angry. He wakes up angry.
Yes. It's the clutch critical hit there. Always good.
And they get toasted by a stone man. Where have we heard that one before?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this movie before.
Tristle making his way north. I believe this is where Basp saw a town and died. Taking the wrong turn at Albuquerque, though. I think he has to go east from here. Although I imagine with the current layout of the map, this is going to dead end rather quickly. As it does.
So, but you never know.
True. Ryuseishin, braving the swamp, finds a town. It is. Breck.
Oh, it's our old pal Breckenary.
I mean, he just took a bunch of damage walking over that swamp, so let's just rest it off for the cheap price of 6 gold. Tristal sees the town. Gets past the red slime.
Yeah, depending on when you find Breckenary, it can be useful. The cheap healing is always nice to see. Quick 6 gold heal. And then, depending on what's in the equipment shop, depending on what equipment you already have, you can either get maybe possibly a silver shield if you don't have one already, or I've also used Breckenary in some particularly difficult seeds, even just at the start to get like a bamboo pole or a club, where I'm okay, at least now I'm consistently doing 1 damage to things, which can really be, that can honestly be the difference between, okay, this is tough but doable, and Christ, this seed is impossible.
In the meantime, Ryuseishin torches the chest in Tablet Cave, and it turns out to be gold. Gonna head into Breckenary again.
Okay.
And Tristal actually finds the second cursed belt on Garenham, and gets a nice little key refund.
Uses a key to get a key. So this can be either the... Oh, it's the jerk. Interesting.
Yep. That means he's got his rainbow drop.
Yep.
Nice little bit of convenience there. And finds another town. Another one.
I believe that has to be Cantlin. Yep.
Your beliefs are correct. So, he's going to pick up some herbs here.
He's going to restock his herbs here, yeah. And I imagine he's going to be getting his coordinates as well.
Yeah, as soon as he gets done here, he's going to walk to the southern end of town, go through a bunch of barrier tiles, which he will probably need that herb stock to pull this off, but, well, herbs well spent. There you go. And when he gets to this man, he's going to talk to him, and with 2 cursed belts, we know this is going to produce numbers. What kind of numbers? Try 2 south, 6 east.
Better pick up the GPS for that one, Tristal.
This is going to be a tough count.
It is. I completely forgot I was on push to talk there. For a good 2 minutes. Nice job, me. We see Basp33 doing the slow grind on the Death Necklace chest.
Yeah, I want to see how far he goes up and what he decides to run around and get. In the meantime, Ryuseishin having some metal scorpion problems. Did pick up a chainmail to blunt the hits, but these hurts are still hurting with no defense against.
Yes, indeed. So, Bass went up to 2,500, so I imagine he's going to be going for maybe broadsword half plate.
That wouldn't be too bad. In the meantime, Tristal kind of just looking around for something. Gets another critical to delete a rogue scorpion. And finds a cave out here, which I believe is going to be the grave of Garen.
It is.
Although at this point we know all they can really have is the fighter's ring and Erdrick's sword.
Neither of which he'd refuse, I imagine.
Instead, it's just a jackpot of gold.
Yeah, he found the he found the gold mine.
Another one. And we have a bonus cave. Let's see what our bonus is today.
Okay.
Yeah, really at this point with the rainbow drop in hand, and we know where the 2 search spots are for the armor, Tristal really just running around at this point. I think maybe just trying to see if he can find something to kill for experience.
Right, well, the other big thing is we have not seen Charlock yet, I'm pretty sure.
We have.
Oh, we have, okay.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's too far from start, so.
Okay.
I think he's about to go count out his 6 south, 2 east, I believe.
That sounds right, yeah. It was 6 and 2, I forget which way. Uh-oh. Okay, it's 6 and 2. Yep.
And it's the flute.
Ooh, okay. So he's in a very good position here, because that means the armor is in Hawk's Nest behind that red dragon.
Yeah, so now it's just time for a training montage until he can beat up a red dragon. And he's got pretty good gear. The problem is he just doesn't have any heal more spells.
There's no healing, yeah.
I don't think he's seen this yet, so he's
I don't think he knows what he's in for here.
Yeah, he's in for that thing. Maybe he can get the stop spell. Well, he's got a 50-50 chance to hit the stop spell if he's got it.
He does not have stop spell, so no, he's just going to bail out. Come back another day.
Tristal may be looking around for Sharlock. I don't know if he's seen it specifically. Could just be trying to figure out what he can fight.
Yeah, I believe he is... pretty sure someone has already reached level 10. So, he is a bit behind. Oh, no, never mind. He's actually the experienced leader right now. So, he is... it's close, but I would say right now he has the advantage.
What chest does Tristal have left? I think unknown right now are just the bottom of Grave and Sharlock.
Yes, that is correct. I don't know if he ever specifically went back to check the Rimuldar chest, but we know it just has a torch in it. So, hashtag worth it. Buy 2 keys, get an 8 gold torch. I'd make that trade any day.
And love it. And we have +2 to the COD counter as Ryuseishin and Captain Green decide to die at the same time. And Captain Green actually going to go for something unusual here. You can play the Silver Harp on the overworld and summon monsters. I don't think that's a monster.
I don't think that's what he wanted to see, no.
Tristal, the first one up to level 10, getting 1, 7, 9, and 1.
Yeah, it's probably a little early to tell yet, but just from kind of the HP gains we've gotten versus the strength gains, this could be a seed where the Death Necklace comes into play. See, restreamer there, helpfully tracker, hopefully putting up the current stats for us there.
Yeah, 107 health. The number you're looking for to be safe against the Dragon Lord, they've actually already got at level 9. You want to be at 97 health in order to survive 2 maximum damage breaths. They already have 98, and Tristal's up to 107. The magic number for the Death Necklace is 130, so a bit more to get there, but with the strength only at 52, it is definitely on the table.
Right, but you never know. You could see that one massive strength up, or, you know, massive agility up. I played a seed a couple days ago where our agility was terrible until level 19 or 20, when we got a 22 agility level up. And suddenly the agility was amazing. Ended at something like 94 agility. Went from 72 to 94. It was kind of crazy.
In the meantime, Basp just keeps giving the mountain cave a go. Actually, he almost to level 10 himself, so... And in the meantime, Captain Green is just toast.
Yep, and Ryu getting punched to death by the knight there.
Full Metal Kung Fu. I think Basp has been trying to get to this final chest and has just been getting sniped on the way. Although there's something he wants to kill.
Oh, got away.
Oh, Tristal actually, I don't think had ever taken the final chest in Mountain Cave. Goes in, discovers the Dragon Scale.
Yep. See if he remembers to equip the Dragon Scale. There we go. Okay.
The Dragon Scale has been equipped, and the 2 defense gotten.
Yes, indeed. So not that it matters too much now, but interesting thing about the Dragon Scale is that 2 defense is actually permanent. So if he wanted to, he could sell the Dragon Scale now for 10 gold or drop it. He got something else in his inventory that he wanted more, and he would keep that 2 defense bonus. Captain Green finding out the hard way wolves have heal more.
They also have sharp claws. And here we go, Basp to 10 with 1, 7, 9, and 1.
And Basp finding Breckenary. I imagine he's going to stay at the inn there.
Meantime, Ryuseishin not having much luck with these rogue scorpions. Keeps getting put to sleep, blocked, slept, wrecked, all that good stuff.
Tristal, meanwhile, he has now found Charlock.
Yeah, not going to have much luck going at the moment because on the top floor of Charlock, there are a bunch of barrier tiles blocking the way. And it's one of the reasons why it's really tough to get in there without the armor. You just take a whole bunch of damage going in, and with no healing spell, that damage kind of sticks.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to get very far. And that's even leaving aside all of the enemies in Charlock, which... There is some randomization, but they're all pretty much guaranteed to be endgame enemies. And they're going to hurt.
Yeah, I believe from the werewolf onwards will show up in there. Basp finding Tablet Cave, which I believe was just gold.
Yeah, I forget exactly what it is, but it wasn't anything super useful. $593 gold.
Hooray.
So one brief note about the randomizer. One of the reasons that I guess you'd call it the fast gold grind is so attractive in the randomizer is because the randomizer has actually made a number of adjustments to the vanilla game, and one of them is basically all of the chests have much, much more gold in them, with the exception of the Death Necklace chest after you pick up the Death Necklace. That still has the same 100 or so gold in it. The chests that you saw people getting with 500, 600, 700 gold, those tend to have single-digit gold in them in the vanilla game. With the exception, I believe, actually being a couple of chests in the Treasury in Charlock, which, long story short, you have no reason to ever go there in the vanilla game.
Tristal thinking of giving this red dragon a go. Doing some decent damage, but no healing spell. He's got plenty of health, but unless he gets a really lucky
He's going to need a critical to take this out, but...
Yeah, last hit. Oh, he did!
We have heal more at level 11. Okay, we missed level 11 altogether. Aha.
So yeah, that makes this fight a whole lot more viable.
It's not going to be quick, but he'll get there.
Eventually. Yeah, this is going to take every ounce of MP, but... unless that happens.
Yep, that's right. They have the chance to cast heal more. He's going to keep swinging, though.
Yeah, it looks like the hurt more chance is low as well, so... You have to suffer through those powerful hits quite a bit.
Yeah, I think we saw earlier what it was. I believe it was 50% hurt more and 25% heal more.
I think that might have been reversed.
Either way here, he's gonna keep trying to chip away at this.
Yeah, either hope for the crit or hope the red dragon decides not to heal more. Oh, there's the other heal
And
more.
he did.
Crit or bust?
Yeah, now he's got to hope for the crit, and even that actually at this point might not be enough, depending on what his attack power actually is.
Well, one last swing and it's a normal hit. Here comes hurt more. Boo. In the meantime, Basp trying to explore gets slept and wrecked by a green dragon. Ryuseishin back in coal, gonna heal up. Well, whatever. Algebra asking if the plans to grind for stop spell. And looks like Tristal's gonna give it another... I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Yeah, I kind of rolled the seed, so... If this ends up in the seed chat in Discord, I think we all know who to blame now. As Tristal's gonna give this Red Dragon another go. Healmore comes out. Healmore comes out again, so I don't know if he got a fast cure, if one of those Healmores was a hurt more, but either way.
Yeah, either way, he's and the dodge just for good measure.
And Ryu, really far north, blocked by the green dragon, but manages to get away the second time.
Well, there's a
critical,
wow.
Not enough.
That was a terrible critical hit.
Yeah, that had to have been the low end, and I think it was so low, I don't even think the Red Dragon's in range to heal more.
Let's see here. Apparently not.
Another hurt more. Attack.
And there's the heal more.
Yeah, not... Looks like level 11 not going to be good enough here. Don't quite have enough attack power and no stop spell. In the meantime, Ryu going up to 10. As Basp is back in to the town of Cole. Looking like going to be an herb restock here. And Ryuseishin's found Garanham, so if he will be able to pick up the Rainbow Drop here in a moment.
And Tristal does not succeed. So if you're Tristal here, what do? Do you just keep slamming your head against this red dragon, hoping to make something happen?
No, you gotta go and grind. You still need stats anyway, so just go find somewhere and get your grind on.
I mean, yes, that is true, but at the same time, where do you grind? Because I imagine he's been keeping maybe better track than I have, but there's not, from what I can tell, a great spot to do any grinding.
Yeah, that's been the problem. When you're trying... Well, no, do we know what the Spike Tile and Swamp is yet?
I don't think we've seen the Spike Tile and Swamp, which is another option. To go see what that Spike Tile is, and see
2NG bringing up a point here. With that heal more, now that he's got the healing, he could maybe give a Sharlock dive a try. Go down there, pick up the sword, and that'll certainly help. That'll be 20 more attack power over what he's got at the moment. For now, he's going to try to give this wizard a go.
Ryu, meanwhile, picking up a copper sword, upgrading from the club he's been carrying this whole time.
And discovers a large shield once he can get back here with 800 gold. There it is, level 11 heal more off of... I believe it was 2-2-11 and something off of stats.
Missed it. I completely missed it. I was watching Ryu get his coordinates here. Allie helping us out in the chat. 42213. Apparently what it was.
And Armored Knights with the baby breath. And Ooh,
Also
Armor Knights
Stop
with
Spell.
Stop Spell and Baby Breath. So, well, he's blocked now, but once you pick up Urgic's Armor,
Yeah, this looks like a pretty... yeah. I have to think, if you can find Armor Knights consistently somewhere, once you get the Erdrick's Armor... yeah, that's looking like a pretty juicy enemy to fight. The big problem here, of course, is going to be getting the Erdrick's Armor, as we have seen.
yeah, up to MG bringing up the point. With the Heal More spell in hand now, you can get past those barrier tiles and not have to spend all your healing immediately, and maybe give it a try, run down to Sherlock and seeing if you can pick up the sword. But for now, it looks like Bats is going to give this Red Dragon the try and get the bad news that it has Hurt More and Heal More, and probably not going to be able to take it out here.
Right, probably not, but you never know. He could get lucky and just never see the heal more, depending on how things go here. Meanwhile, Captain Green, he's doing his gold grind here. Like the Auctionist has regular slimes in it as well. That amuses me.
The most fearsome of the enemies. It looks like Tristal's found himself a spot here.
Yeah, he seems to like where he's at, so... We see Basp taking those Hurtmores right to the face. He's taken...
Yeah, you can see he doesn't have the magic armor to get that hurt resistance, so those Hurtmores are chunking him even harder than they did Tristal.
Yes, absolutely.
Decides to heal more on 41.
Yeah. Oh, and
And
Dragon with
sees
the
the Red
heal more.
Dragon heal.
Just, yeah, and he bails out. Yeah.
And it looks like level 12 wasn't much good either. I think it was 1431. No spells.
Meanwhile, Captain Green's still gold grinding here. Wonder what he's saving up for here.
Might be the same as Tristal, the broadsword magic armor. Certainly got enough for the magic armor.
Yep, yeah, he's past 7,700, so... See how far he goes here. Yeah, it's looking like broadsword magic armor here.
Basp getting his spell blocked and getting a nice warm Dragon Lord breath to the face.
Always fun.
Found himself a Demon Knight here. Trying to take it out. They have very low health, but best dodge in the game, and they give 90 experience, so nice kill for him.
Yeah, that dodge is, it's a shade under 1/4 of the time they will dodge. I believe it's 15 out of 64. But man, there are times it feels like a lot more than that.
And there you go, broadsword and flame armor for Captain Green. Gonna get that hurt more resistance. And try to find something to stab to death.
And he comes across a Demon Knight.
Yeah, good enemy to put the broadsword to use as it has the 15 out of 16 resistance to just about any spell you could throw at it.
Yes, indeed.
Ryuseishin picking up a bonus herb. Gonna check out this other cave, which I believe was the grave. So let's see if he goes all the way.
Yes, I don't think we've actually seen the last couple chests in the grave, have we?
No, we have not. I've just seen the top 3, which are all gold.
Yes, indeed. So if you can make it all the way down there, and Erdrick's sword is down here, that'll be a nice boost for him.
Yeah, it looks like he is going deeper.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
And Ryuseishin's also in there. Gold!
Even more gold, yep. Oh, that's actually Swamp Cave that Basp is in, and it's an Axe Knight. Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like just a normal attacking Axe Knight, but hey, that's better than some of the stuff we've seen so far.
Certainly is. And he does have heal more, so he'll be able to, Oh, he's gonna... Okay. That worked out.
Yeah, I must have had a good count on the Axe Knight's health to know he could finish it
Yeah,
off.
no, he could take that out with that 9 damage attack.
Yeah, a bit risky, but saves him some damage.
I see it kind of saved the heal more there, so...
And yeah, being pulled up there, all the Axe Knight can do is just swing away at us, so... Not exactly a cream puff, but... certainly something our rounds will take.
Yep. While hurt more would be very nice there. You know, in terms of the mini-boss enemies, the Axe Knight, all other things being equal, the Axe Knight is probably one you want to see there.
Yeah, in the meantime, Tristal gets the critical hit on a metal slime and takes it out in one hit. And the final chest was an herb, so I believe that has just confirmed Erdrick's sword is in Charlock.
I believe you are correct. And a brief recap of some of the other key items. The Stones of Sunlight were in the throne room at the start. The Silver Harp and the Death Necklace were both in Tanagel Treasury. The token was the search spot in Cole. And Erdrick's armor will be the search spot in Hawk's Nest if we can ever get past the Heal More, Hurt More red dragon that guards it.
In the meantime, Basp has just went ahead and picked up the princess. Level 13. Algebrap saying 9, 7, 12, 9. I thought that was one of the earlier levels. I think it was like 4, 2, something, something. And Tristal, not strong enough to take out that blue dragon.
This is another, it looks like 10 or so HP, yeah, so yeah, we are definitely getting closer to Death Necklace territory here. Looks like 12 was 1341. Yeah, those are outside of the HP. Those are some not great stats that we have here at level 13.
Yeah, strength and agility having a little bit of a problem getting going here, but at least the health is really good for taking all of these abilities that the enemies have, as Basp heads back to Cole. And Ryu may actually be doing a ghetto grind. We know that chests respawn when you exit and enter. He's just going in and grabbing those top 3 chests.
Very interesting.
In the meantime, Basp is actually giving the princess a bit of a world tour here.
Basp apparently introducing the princess to his friend the Metal Slime.
And it runs off. Ryuseishin grinding to 10k gold. Could be looking to pick up a flame sword. Oh no, he just got first step encounter out. He's going...
No, he's going back in. I think he's trying to grind for Silver Shield money here, because I'm pretty sure we have... Yes, I'm pretty sure we have seen Silver Shields available for purchase. So either he's going for some combination of magic armor, flame sword, maybe, or he's going for Silver Shield.
Well, we'll find out eventually. I don't think he's gonna bother too much once he's out of MP.
Apparently he's gonna try to, I guess... Looks like he's gonna try to make it there in the dark. And he gets there.
I believe he has one more cast of outside in him. Yep.
Oh boy.
Now he gets away. Yeah, that's fun to see. You spend all this time grinding up main, then first step Red Dragon.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna try to go back in. Which, on one hand, it makes sense. He's still about 500 gold short of the Silver Shield. But, on the other hand, I don't know if he has any wings in his inventory, or this would be a pretty good time to use them if he did. Once he makes it out of here, that is.
Yeah, he's got to be able to cart this gold out.
Yeah, he's got to make it back to save, is the thing. Or make it to a town.
At least the enemy set inside the cave doesn't look too threatening.
Now, it looks like, yeah, he keeps coming across metal slimes, and he keeps being unable to hurt them, unfortunately.
And he's heading west, so probably try and get back to a town. I think that he might have actually had Breckenary nearby, so we'll see where he goes.
Nope, he throws the wings. Okay, he did have wings in his inventory.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go and save as Basp finds Garen Ham and is about to get the rainbow drop. And yeah, here's a save for Ryuseishin. Looking like potential broadsword silver shield here, so could be picking up some big upgrade. And I do believe Basp may have just bought himself a large shield.
Okay, meanwhile, it looks like Captain Green has decided on that Spike Tile Axe Knight to do a little grinding. Though he just ran out of resources there. Got sent back to the castle.
Yeah, speaking of grinds, Tristal's managed to run up a nice little lead of about 2,000 over Basp, who's second place with about 1,000 over Captain Green. Closer to 800 now, and then a little bit less to Ryuseishin. And 5171, no spell.
No spells. Oh boy. Yeah, I think he's trying to grind for stop spell at this point.
Well, he's got 2 levels to get, and as in the randomizer, you are guaranteed to have all spells by level 16, so... Also, still a notable lack of hurt more, so... Gonna be looking very closely at this next level.
Yes, indeed.
Basp able to successfully... hold on. There you go, faithfully for you.
I thought we were about to see the Super Famicom speed run on Basp's side, but no, he did put down a heal more.
And it looks like Tristal has discovered the Swamp Spike Tile and will now go defeat a bunch of Axe Knights. Not this one, though. He's out of MP and he is dead. And Basp is slept and wrecked.
And poor Princess Gwaelin is all I can say to that.
Back to the cell with you, ma'am. Or Tristal's actually gonna give the Fun Police another go
Give
here.
us another go, okay.
Assuming he can bash the Stone Man.
Yes, and he does get away.
Gonna give this wizard a go in more direct combat. Seems to be dealing some good damage to the wizard. Gonna take him 4 hits here. Base got him.
Yep, took him down.
And here we go.
$14.
In the meantime, Ryuseishin has just indeed picked up a silver shield and it looks like a broadsword to go with it, so he's going to be enjoying that defensive bonus over our other runners who will more than likely be capping out at large shield.
Yes, definitely a good play there. It looks like the damage range now is oh, Tristal. You know, he only had 6 HP there. I don't know if he was counting the damage or not, but I might have just thrown the desperation swing there just to see what would have happened. While Basp doing some Axe Knight grinding. Oh, the second time, Tristal tried the Desperation Swing and did not do enough damage to kill it. So this is definitely one of the most difficult seeds I've seen in quite a while, especially in the standard flag set. Normally, at this point, people are starting to finish up. Typically, if a seed takes over 2 hours, that's when you know it's, it's when you know it's quite the challenge. And we're going to be flying past 2 hours here fairly shortly. And, not only that, but no one is really even particularly close to finishing with these stats the way they are. Also, the stats here are color-coded for your convenience. Very briefly, well, first of all, the pluses are next to the strength and HP here for all 4 of our runners. Those are the stats that have the long-term focuses, or foci, I guess might be the plural, based on the builds, which are based on the character names. And then for these stats, basically the sort of orange means you're kind of iffy to be able to beat the Dragon Lord with that. White means don't even try, and green kind of means that stat is good to go. So you can actually, depending on which stats are where, and depending on how far above kind of the green zone you are for some stats, you can actually get away with some of the other ones being this orange color, or even possibly white, depending on how much your other stats kind of overcompensate for it. But right now, no one is anywhere close to defeating the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, looks like we got 3 rounds in the Axe Knight grind, trying to get some experience to go kill the Red Dragon.
Yes, as Eliger correctly points out, the first barrier is that red dragon guarding the Erdrick's armor. See, Basp gonna apparently try to walk back to this town here to heal up.
Well, he made it. In the meantime, Ryuseishin giving this desert a little bit of a try here. Gonna see what he can find here. And Captain Green runs out of resources and is dead.
Yep. Meanwhile, Basp looks like he's getting ready for another go here.
Level 13 for Captain Green. And Ryuseishin finally picking up the Heal More spell at 11.
And Tristal running low on resources. I guess he's gonna walk back to town here.
Yeah, looks like maybe not Bass. Ryuseishin looks like he may be giving another go here. Might be his first time, but not going to get any good news.
Yeah, I can't imagine this going well for him. Although, again, you never know. Tristal walking it back to Cole.
And doesn't even make it past the wizard.
Doesn't even get there to see what it is. Oof.
I mean, Ryu.
Yeah, so if you're wondering why Tristal walked out of Swamp Cave despite having magic to cast outside, when you cast outside in the Swamp Cave, it always spits you out at the north exit. And that was not the exit Tristal wanted. He wanted the south exit, which meant he had to take the walk there.
And tries to buy Earth, but gets NPC trolled. Yeah, that guy in the green decided it was his turn to shop, so he just got himself in there.
There are multiple little hallways there where NPCs can get stuck. Sometimes NPCs in this game are the true final boss.
Yeah, usually it happens around in Tantigel, but this little path in Cole where the item shop is, it's also a bit of an example.
Yeah, definitely in the very first Dragon Warrior randomizer tournament. My second.
Oh, and here it is again.
Oh,
there.
There he goes. Okay, but my second round match against Nez Cardinality, the guard in the throne room just blocked my way for like a minute. It felt like I probably should have just reset and started over at that point. Couldn't get out of the throne room. King's guards were the true final boss. So are you gonna give this another go here? I'm not sure he even saw the really bad news there. Tristal here, almost to level 15 now.
Yeah, it looks like this Warlock's actually gonna do it.
There we go, let's see what the level is here. Another 2 whole power. 3 new spell.
And stop
spell. Yep.
Finally gonna be able to take out that boss.
Yep, he's gonna give this a try here. Alright, and hello, Randomania 3 Raiders.
It looks like Ryuseishin's gonna just go for it one more time. Tristal kinda has to be careful here, down to 49 MP. First stop spell is a miss. Second one misses.
Misses. Yeah, I think we saw it had a basically a 50-50 shot at resisting it.
Yeah, but he got on the third one. And yeah, there's the stats there. 25% heal more, 50% hurt more, 50% chance to get the stop spell to hit.
Yeah, okay. And then one brief kind of programming note here. The dodge display is actually incorrect. It is 2 out of 64, not 2 out of 16. Yeah, apparently the highest dodge rate the game supports is 15 out of 64, which is what the Demon Knights have.
And there you go. Erdrick's armor for Tristal. Let's see what he does here. Does he go for the Sharlock dive now for sword, or does he go back to grinding?
Looks like he's gonna go for Sharlock.
There is the activation of the Rainbow Drop. And the heal more on Ryuseishin as...
I have to imagine he is not happy right now.
Yeah. Basp finds the bonus herb. And yeah, Ryu's done with that fight.
Okay, looks like
Tristal finding a couple decent monsters up here, the Axe Knight and the Wizard. And Ryu's actually going to take that heal more and give this Sharlock dive a go without the arm.
Let's see what he does here. Yeah, that looks like it's gonna be what he's gonna try.
So yeah, you're going to see it over here when he gets these barrier tiles. They're the same ones around the old man in the southern side of Cantland, so you can take 15 damage on every step taken here, so you can take that and then one more. And now you gotta heal.
Now you have to heal, yep. And yep, he is going to absolutely push this as far as he can, as he should.
Yeah, the good news is once you get past this floor there, no more those barrier tiles.
Yep.
There's a few swamps you have to step over if you go all the way, but you really should not be going all the way without armor.
Right, there's no reason whatsoever for him to do that. So now we get to play a fun game called Guess the Chest. Place your bets as to where Erdrick's sword is in Sharlock.
Assuming our runners can get down there, but...
This is true. But you have 7 options. There's 6 on the very bottom floor, kind of arranged in a triangle. So you have kind of bottom left, bottom center, bottom right. You should call it middle left, middle right, and then the top. And then you also have the vanilla location. Which
is actually on the floor that Ryu's on now. If you saw it kind of in the corner of his Radiant, yeah, there's a staircase. And Ryu's just going for it. He's not even taking fights.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna play this dive, that is the way to play it.
And has to spend a heal more on this red dragon who is still blocking him. And Tristal is on the bottom floor.
Well, he's almost made it. He's not there yet. He's on the floor.
So yeah, this is going to be another 20 attack power as soon as he gets this.
So he has the gold.
Which, gold, wings.
Okay.
Key refund.
Another key.
Big
There's the sword.
And the fighter's ring right next to it.
As well as the fighter's ring, which is actually quite nice right now. So the fighter's ring in the vanilla game, it does nothing. It's bugged. It's a cool piece of jewelry, and that's it.
It's nice to adjust.
Yeah. Yeah, you look cool with it, basically. In the randomizer, the functionality has been fixed. It grants an extra 2 attack power. It's basically the attack counterpart to the dragon scale. And that extra 2 attack power is actually a fairly big deal at this point. Oh boy, these stats.
Although now, like I mentioned way back when 130 health for safe DN, we're already at 134, so that's going to come into play as Tristal gets a massive critical. Yeah, you can see his stats there, 110 attack power at the moment.
Yeah, he is, even with the death necklace, he is, I would not go fighting the Dragon Lord yet.
Yeah, and only 10 heal more is at maximum. He's almost spent off his resources already, so he doesn't even have that. Yeah, pretty obvious that this was not going to be a game-winning dive. This was just a get sword dive.
Right, get the sword, any information he can get out of this, like if he can make it to the spike tile, find out what the mini-boss is, that'll be a big help.
In the meantime, looks like golems have low percent stop spell. And he's using that to get...
I think the third golem he'll have defeated on this floor, so...
Yeah, I think he fluted the first one and just fought the other 2 straight up. What? Hey, and here, here's an Armor Knight.
Armor Knight with baby breath.
Oh, okay, that's a bit of a nasty surprise. 50% stop spell, but 25% DL2 breath.
Wow, good thing we didn't see that, I guess.
Gonna hope for some stop spells from this Armor Knight. And another one. Yeah, he's still taking some damage from the normal breath that Armor Knights have, but that is barely anything compared to some of the other damage sources around, like the Hurt Moors and the Dragon Lord Breath.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and the Guardian is another red dragon.
Well, he did manage to block it first try this time, so...
Yeah, that's...
Hey, look, he should be able to chop it down, no problem now with the Erdrick Sword.
Yeah. And now he does have Erdrick's Sword, as you mentioned, and just having that information now for the next time is going to be a huge help. Well, there's the critical hit that he probably would have liked 3 attacks ago, but beggars can't be...
Better late than never. And here's something he doesn't like to see. Yeah, and there's the run block, and he's...
And the death.
So what I'm expecting is that he's going to take that sword, get him either this red dragon or 2 more Axe Knights, and then he's just going to go back to Swamp and start frying Axe Knights until he is ready to go on stat.
Yep, which we could be here for a while at this point. A while more, I guess.
If he can defeat this red dragon, he will have it. Manages to block the spell, so for too much longer we'll be seeing level 16.
Yep, with this red dragon kill, he'll get there, actually.
In the meantime, Captain Green gonna give the red dragon a go. Probably gonna get the bad news here. And there you go, level 16 for Tristal with 15 power.
9, 9, and 7, and of course the rest of the spells there hurt more.
And he's gonna take it one more level, I guess.
Yeah, he's gonna take it one more level. Imagine
not liking the MP, not
right.
liking the agility with large shield.
That's true. Yeah, the large shield. I didn't even think about that part of it. But yeah, the MP, not quite enough attack power there. Even with the Death Necklace, he'd be at 135. Should be doing, I believe that's 8 to 17 damage would be the range on the Dragon Lord too.
Believe so, yeah. And it looks like even with the guaranteed hurt more pick on level 16, looks like he's just going to sit here for the time being and get a few more red dragons in his belt.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I completely agree with Z-Man's analysis there, that the MP, given especially the low agility, yeah, you really want a little more MP so that you're so you don't have to rely on basically not having to heal more on the way down, because that is, especially with the agility where it is now, that is an awfully dicey proposition.
Yeah, we already know that we're going to have... Tristal already knows he's going to have to keep some stop spell MP on hand in order to deal with the red dragon at the end.
Yes, that's the other thing.
And in the meantime, Captain Green just managed to just straight up fight down the red dragon to pick up armor.
Yeah, good for him. I am actually a little bit surprised that it took until Tristal getting Stop Spell at level 15 to do that, because the Heal More was only a 25% chance. And granting, everybody was doing low damage, but you would think either, you know, you get the lucky 3-4-ish rounds in a row where it doesn't cast Heal More, or you get, you know, the lucky critical hit that just takes you past that zone. But no, it took Tristal basically stop spelling to get there.
Speaking of stop spell, Basp just got up to 15 and will now be picking up stop spell.
Yep. And Ryu, meanwhile, hitting level 12 finally.
What happens, Z-Man? Other than me rolling it, which I'm going to have to flee after this is over now, I think, everything had hurt more, or sleep, or breath attacks, just whole lot of abilities going around in the seed.
And I would add to that, the stat growths were absolutely terrible throughout. The kind of amusing thing is that there weren't actually that many empty eye levels. I think there was the one, level 2 had 0 power. But other than that, I think they've at least gotten something on every stat, on every level. The problem is it's been a lot of 1s, 2s, 3s, you know. Nothing any, except for the HP, which has been pretty good. Nothing, you know, really to write home about stat-wise, obviously, there.
Yeah, stats haven't been the greatest. Hurtmore was level 16, and just the abilities everywhere made this a really tough grind.
Right, and that was the other thing. There wasn't really an easy gold grind available.
And yeah, up to NG, knowing it as well, very tricky start with the Dragon Lord Breath, Red Slimes, and no Drakey to be found with only 8 strength. So yeah, it took our runners a little bit to get going as Tristal... Okay, well, he wasn't winning that fight anyways.
Probably not. But
I mean, 120 attack power, that's enough to get a good critical hit and take out a Red Dragon in one move, but nope, just gonna take the death. Well, he didn't have an option. The
yeah, he got
Red Dragon got ambushed.
Yep.
And Tristal, with that Metal Slime kill, is now exactly 1 Red Dragon away, but he's going to take out this Wizard in a couple hits.
another Wizard, so he'll be about 15 experience away after this Wizard.
And, oh, it's a slime.
I was gonna say I was hoping for, oh, what's this? Metal
Scorpion runs away, so...
Not for the
Red Dragon.
Anyway. Oh, here we go. Here comes the Red Dragon again.
And spells block, so that makes this pretty much free.
Oh, I'm joined by my co-commentator Mario the Cat. Hi, Mario.
Well, here comes level 17 with...
See what we got here.
1
power.
6
6
1.
HP. Wow. Yep, he's still going.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little bit of a weird situation. He did actually pick up the 11th heal more with that, but he also has no MP to spare for stop spell.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Mario. Here, let's one day share. There we go. Yeah, come on.
Although that 1 strength was enough to actually catapult the minimum and maximum damage to the Dragon Lord up 1. Now he can deal 9 to 18 once he puts on the Death Necklace. Averaging about 13.5 damage per, so... Technically, if he can get there with all of his MP intact, he should have it, but... Well, the agility's not too terrible, but with only large shield, the defense isn't the greatest either.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the agility is good. The HP is good. Everything else, yeah, looking kind of iffy here. Even with the Death Necklace.
And yeah, the real problem is there's kind of a Fun Police roadblock right in front of the Dragon Lord.
Yes, and adding to that, Tristal knows that. He's, I believe, the only one who knows that at this point. So that's probably another reason he's doing some excessive grinding there. Or seemingly excessive. So This is not the best seed to demonstrate this for reasons, but if you've ever played the original NES Dragon Warrior, and you remember kind of what a very groundbreaking JRPG it is, certainly, but also kind of a miserable slog to play through nowadays, frankly. The randomizer does a couple things to make that grind a little bit less miserable, although again, it's not really reflected in this particular seed. One of the things it does is it has adjusted as best as it is able all of the experience and gold gains off of the enemies to match some of the later remakes. So they've all been kind of bumped up quite a bit, which makes grinding go faster, makes the game go faster. Additionally, this is the standard randomization flag set, and in that flag set, we further reduce the experience requirements for levels to 3/4 of what they are normally in the game. So, makes things go a little quicker. Still, generally, you have to do some grinding at some point in the seed. It's not usually this bad, frankly. But it's, it's not 90% of the game like the NES Dragon Warrior is, barring tool-assisted run-esque shenanigans and, manipulation and things of that sort.
Well, in the meantime, Captain Green picking up the rainbow drop, so everybody's got the rainbow drop. Now we just gotta get the levels and the experience and all that good stuff. And some stats.
Yes, indeed. I feel like, I don't think Ryu has ever checked the spike tile, has he, in the Swamp Cave?
No, he's just been grinding and not quite working out for him. He is quite a bit behind, as Basp is going to take out a green dragon, getting some revenge on them to get up to level 16.
Yeah, I got that level 16.
And I don't even think he checked his stats. I think he just immediately took the Death Warp with that health and MP.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Tristal's back to the grind on these red dragons.
Yep, he's still going there. Yeah, it does look like Basp is gonna try for a dive here.
The question now is this dive just for the sword or is it for game? We'll have to see what he does on the way down.
Looks like Captain Green may also be going for a sword here.
Captain Green at 15, yeah, this is
just a sword/information dive, it has to be. Because, yeah. Let's see now. I mean, Green maybe could be going for a game, but he hasn't gotten that big strength up from level 16 yet, so I won't say he's not going for game. I can say that is not going to end well for him if he tries. It looks like he's trying to do the well, Wizard may not be the best baseline, but it looks like he's trying to do the fight on the way down, hope for a big level up strat.
5224 for Tristal, and he's taking a long look at these stats.
He's thinking about it.
Yep, there's the return. I think he's going for it.
Yep, he's going now.
He's got that MP buffer to stop spell the red dragon, got a bit more strength. think that puts him up to 10 to 20 once he puts on the DN.
Yeah, that would so he'd be doing an average of 15, 10 attacks. He's got, let's see, he's got 11 heal mores and a couple tries at stop spell. I think he's got a good shot if he can make it down there with all his heal mores.
I think now he can burn one or two, as Basp has to burn a heal more right now on this red dragon. And Ryuseishin getting slept and wrecked by a Wraith Knight.
Which, surprise, surprise, has Dragon Lord Breath. I believe we knew.
Yeah, Basp's chance going way down there. I think he's actually walking back out. Or no, he's on... He's on the split... Yeah, he's on the split path floor. Never mind. Made it to the U. Yeah, with 9 heal mores, this gets a whole lot dicier. There's Fighter's Ring and Erdrick's Sword.
He did pick the correct 2 chests. I'll give him that.
Yeah, straight through the middle as Captain Green. A little bit of a virtual high five there in the path to the treasure.
Star Wyvern with the
Yeah, Star Wyvern giving Captain Green a dose of Dragon Lord Breath.
Yep. Oh, again. Oh, Star Wyvern with the stop spell. It would be it'd be tempting to fight if it weren't for that Dragon Lord 2 Breath. Oh, and now he's just going to try to fight it, which, yeah, okay. That makes some sense.
Yeah, he doesn't quite have the aspirations that Basp does.
Right, yeah. If if we thought he was going to make a desperation play for the Dragon Lord, he's certainly not going to now after burning that heal more.
Basp is still going for this now, running away from everything he sees. And Ryuseishin's going to try the dive for the sword without armor, but this wizard's giving him the business. As here's the red dragon for Basp. Gets stop spell, good.
Yeah, got it on. I believe the second try.
Question is, can he get through the rest of the fight without taking too much more damage? Looking like it.
Yeah, he's getting what he needs so far. There he goes.
Heads up play to use heal there. Leaves him.
Yep. Make use of
leaves him hurt.
Magic there, yeah.
And of course, he runs straight into a Star Wyvern, and it toasts him.
Immediately putting on the death necklace.
And his health drops to 107, attack power up to 135, so yeah, he's going to need some really good ring RNG. I didn't want to see that hurt.
That's not what you want to see. Ooh, for 30. Yeah, that's definitely not what you want to see. That is definitely not what you want to see.
Yeah, now he's got to start 3 herbs.
He's going to start burning.
Oh, he's just going to go for it.
He's just going to swing. Alright, I wonder if he's...
Well, he opens up with a nice...
Didn't get ambushed, okay.
Up to 24. Another one getting up to
36.
36. I think he got a really good hit in there.
Yeah, I saw a 17, 16.
Yeah, he is getting good hits, but just does he have enough attack?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. I could be wrong. Meanwhile, Tristal with the critical hit. Even with the lower defense, he needed to swing on that 48, I think.
Yeah, and there's a 9.
Meanwhile, Tristal entering the Dragon Lord 1 fight.
Yeah, and already through it. Last heal more for Basp. Oh, gets a low melee to start. Here's a hit for 15 and Dragon Lord Breath, he's down. And fortunately, since he had to put on the Death Necklace, that curses him, so he is immediately booted out of the castle on 1 health and no MP, so he's gonna have to make a bit of a run over to Rimuldar.
Yep.
And Braxis coming in with some bad news. Basp did 151.
Yeah, I saw him heal at the 48, and even with the low defense. So the 97 hit points that you want to be at to survive the 2 max Dragon Lord breaths, that also does presume that you have a silver shield and okay agility. Otherwise, the very upper end of the Dragon Lord's physical attacks can actually do 48 damage or even more. But even still, with the 48 there, I think he had to take the gamble there. He had to swing and just hope he didn't get Dragon Lord Breath or maxed attack there, because he really didn't have many heal mores to burn there.
Well, it was a nice consolation prize. Basp did just one-shot a metal slime for 255.
Always good.
Tristal dipping deep into his heal more supply down to 1 more.
Get another couple attacks here. I haven't even been keeping count, quite honestly.
And Ryuseishin got Erdrick's sword and then got blasted, and Tristal takes it down with about 2 attacks left.
I'll just return.
And there you go, with an official SRO time of 2:29:15. No.
Oh boy.
Tristal is the winner.
I just realized I'm not even in the race chat. Huh.
It looks like Basp is going straight back at it. Wonder if he's going to take some fights on the way down, or yeah, it looks like Basp's going to try to grind it on the way down. And Ryu just gets slapped and wrecked trying to go beat the red dragon. Basp successfully gets away from the green dragon. and runs into another one.
And we are joined here by Tristal. Tristal, GG, my friend. You survived.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it for sure. That was... wow, that's one of the worst tournament seeds I've ever played. That was so brutal. Just nothing forever.
Yeah, that definitely looked like it. So to give some context as to how bad this seed actually was, I had a race earlier tonight with a different seed. In the time I finished that seed, I could have finished the seed, started it again, played it a second time through, and I still would have finished first if I were racing against this particular seed. So, tell us kind of about your end game there. Grinding up as high as you did, and did you feel comfortable once you got to 18 that you even had a good shot, or did you just think you had to take a gamble at that point?
I definitely wasn't guaranteed. The nice part was, because I had already gone through most of Charlock and gotten the sword already, I knew that for the most part the enemies in there weren't going to be too bad. A lot of the stuff on the first zone of enemies there should have been pretty easy to run away from. Other than the green dragons, wasn't going to be too much of a threat. There were red dragons later on, but depending on how much MP leeway I had, I could just try to stop spell and either kill them or run. And you could kind of tell on my way down that I wasn't 100% sure on what my strategy should be, if I should try to get close to 19 or not. I was killing all the wizards I could see on the way down. So yeah, there was definitely some trepidation in going down, but I actually had a really good run of it. I didn't have to use any MP up through the mini-boss, and stop spell hit on the first try, so I didn't have to lose a heal more there for the Dragon Lord fight. So everything really went great in that Charlock dive at the end.
Yeah, definitely. So for some context here, Basp is at level 16, and he's gonna... this is actually his second try at the Dragon Lord he's about to make here once he gets there. Captain Green is also on 16. He's, I believe, doing some Axe Knight grinding in the Swamp Cave. And then Ryu is at level, actually, 13, and I believe just got the Erdrick's armor. Ryu actually made a sword dive without the armor and got it. So
that's pretty bonkers. Yeah, and there were just so many things that were gated in this seed. The red dragon guarding Erdrick's armor, and having heal more sort of stopped everything until that could happen. Not having Erdrick's sword, having that be buried, or at least most likely be buried on my side. I skipped the two chests that are locked in Garen's grave, so it was possible it was there. I was actually going to be very sad if I didn't find it in the treasury when I did. But yeah, there was just like... it's just very sequential what you had to do, and the problem was everything before level 15 you had to find some reasonable ways to grind, and there just weren't any. It was just so bad at the beginning. I was really worried that somebody else would find just way better grind spots than I had along the way. I also did things like try to get Erdrick's armor at like level 12 or 13 or something as soon as we got heal more. And like I wasted a lot of time just doing little things like trying to fight that red dragon over and over before I had stop spell, or just other exploration things that just immediately got me killed and wasted a lot of time. So I was definitely worried the whole way.
Yeah, you definitely did get a little unlucky on the on that red dragon. If you're curious, it was a 25% heal more. So
Wow, is that all? Man.
yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's wow. I got unlucky a lot of times on that. Then that was pretty bad. But
to your point, I kind of had said the same thing. Where when you were at kind of level, I don't know, 11, 12. If you're Tristal, kind of what do you do? Because you know you need to grind, but I don't think you had found the Axe Knight at that point yet. So it was a case of what you have to do, but there's really no good place to do it, as you said.
Yeah, and the other problem is even just like grinding on the Axe Knight before you have the armor really isn't that efficient anyway. Since we didn't have Hurt More until the very end anyhow. Like I literally never cast Hurt More the entire way, so yeah, just like the grind spots were really bad. I spent a lot of time in the early game, just like right at the beginning, trying to figure out if there's a good way to, try and find coal or, the Shrine Cave or something, just to try and get, some treasure, some way to make yourself a little better, because I didn't find anything to kill other than those red slimes early on. It wasn't until the very end when I was on my way to Hawksness one time that I saw there were ghosts in the zone north of Tanagal, which probably would have helped. I don't know if they were also lethal like nearly everything else around town. But having to kill so many red slimes just to even try to make progress was really excruciating.
Yeah, I don't think the ghosts had anything particularly bad, but it was just with the with the start, you were going to be chipping away at them for 1 damage, whereas they were going to hit you fairly hard as far as the early game goes. So the question from the chat: what made you do that Death Necklace gold grind?
In one word, necessity. I had already found Rimmeldar, so I already knew that broadsword and magic armor were available. So, just because the early game was so bad, like I'm killing magicians at level 5, and that's the best thing I can do to try and to grind. So, getting broadsword for plus 20 attack and magic armor to actually be able to survive things was really huge. And even though the Death Necklace gold grind takes so much longer, I mean, I think it took me like 5 or 6 minutes just to get to the point where I could head over to Rimmeldar and buy things. I'm fairly certain that doing that was still worth it time-wise, because just everything until level 15 or whatever was just slow grinding the whole way. So having that equipment really made a huge difference.
Yeah, I agree with that, because you were at the end there, you were a good 2 to 3 levels ahead of everybody else. And like I mentioned earlier, Basp tried for the Dragon Lord at level 16, and actually, if not for he healed at 48 at one point, and I think if he had swung on that one attack, he might have actually sniped first place from you. It was that close.
Yeah, another thought I had later than I should have considered it, but I thought about equipping the Death Necklace pretty early. I think it was around like level 6 or level 7. We had a lot of hit points, like 70 to 80 hit points really early on. And you could kind of tell, having that many hit points early on, that the Death Necklace is probably going to be in play. I'm going to be using it at the end anyway. The trouble with that is, if you're cursed, then the king just immediately kicks you out. If you don't have the magic armor, you have just soft locked, because Tanagal is surrounded by swamps. You're just dead. Fortunately, I did have that, so it was a consideration once I got the magic armor. But the problem is, to heal MP, I have to go all the way to Rimmeldar, and it's just kind of awkward when you don't even have a basic heal spell to work with. It's one thing if it's one thing if you can at least get yourself to like 20 hit points when you're trying to walk to Rimmeldar, but with just no resources at all, not even an herb shop on this continent, I don't think. I didn't find Breckenary, so I'm not sure if that was on the continent. But I mean, it was just you had to make do with what you had, and equipping the Death Necklace early on for 10 attack would have been huge, but I think it would have just been so much of a headache to deal with the rest of the fallout. And given how many times I Death Warped on purpose just to heal, I still think I made the right decision, but it was definitely a consideration.
All right, I can definitely agree with that. So any final thoughts or any insights we didn't cover here on this seed?
Well, I guess I want to just wish the rest of the competitors good luck on this seed in particular, because I mean, we're approaching the 3-hour mark, and it's a wonder nobody has forfeit at this point. I would have heavily considered it if somebody finished at like the 2-hour mark exactly, because I just would have felt like I was so far behind. This seed is just so grueling. This whole tournament's been really grueling, honestly. It's been very interesting dealing with the different flag sets. Next week is going to be all sorts of fun too, I imagine. So, yeah, good luck to everybody, and of course, thanks to you guys for tracking and commentating and restreaming and all that good stuff.
All right, well, thank you, and GG, and congrats on the first place, and more so even just surviving that seed and persevering to the end, because I don't know that I would have. So.
Yeah, it's just totally brutal.
Okay, meanwhile, in the race for second place, we have Captain Green on the bottom floor, Basp on the top floor. Basp making his third attempt, although he's getting slept and manages to wake up. Captain Green successfully stops spelling the Red Dragon. And yeah, Basp has not had much Dragon Lord luck. Like, on the second attempt, he got back attacked and immediately had to heal more and just barely lost the fight again. In the meantime, Captain Green's standing right in front of the Dragon Lord, gonna heal up, more than likely put on the Death Necklace. There it is.
Yeah, he does put on the Death Necklace. Using that herb was actually a mistake in that case. Because when he actually enters the battle, his HP is going to reset to its proper amount.
Yeah, there it is at 110.
Well, he was at, yeah, okay. He was at 95, so okay. I was wrong. But he didn't get the full benefit from the herb, let's put it that way.
Gonna try to herb up some health, and there's a stop spell. Is he gonna herb again, or no, he's just gonna finish?
No, he just swings.
And as Basp reaches the bottom floor, Captain Green is onto the Dragon Lord, starting with 9, and 14 makes 20.
23.
And there's 40 on the dot. $57. $74.
4. Yep.
Another 17. That puts him up to 91.
Yep, 91.
Let's get a good 2 now. 103. And it looks like, yeah, he got the double. It puts him up to 117, so this should be in the bag, barring a missed menu or an unlucky snipe. I think he's up to 130 now. 144. Probably gonna take him 2 more hits to finish.
It should be 2 more hits, but he's in good shape here. 154. He's gonna heal.
Yeah, heal just to be safe, but this
Yeah,
next
just to be safe, he does. Well, he doesn't know what the. We know he's guaranteed to win on this swing, but he didn't know that.
Yeah, and as Basp starts Dragon Lord 2, Captain Green finishes up, teleport. And there is your second place finish. Captain Green finishes in 2:46.22. In the meantime, Ryu grinding the Axe Knight and dies. Has about 300 experience left to 15.
Well, Basp fighting the Dragon Lord 2. Be honest, I wasn't really keeping count of the HP here, so.
Well, there's another good attack for 16.
Yeah, from what I can see, he's been getting some good rolls, so some good attacks.
Yeah, and I think this time he made it in with most of his resources intact and got the first hit off, so should be able to take it down this time. That 9 isn't the greatest help, but well, he's down to his final heal more. And yeah, he got him with a heal more to spare. And there that is. Basp. A little bit ahead of us here, but he has finished third with a 2:48.01.
Yes, GG to Basp. And we see Ryu, he's still Axe Knight grinding here. We'll see what.
Yeah, there's his level 15.
And we are joined now by Captain Green in the chat. Captain Green, GG, congrats on the second place finish. Congrats on surviving the seed.
Thank you. Yeah, just finishing that one was an accomplishment for me, at least.
Yes, so kind of tell us either about your... tell us what you thought about the start, first of all.
That was awful. I mean, I hit level 5 at, like, 34 minutes, I think. And, like, I mean, I kept trying to find a town nearby to maybe, like, grab a quick sword or armor or get really lucky, but there was just nothing I could find, so... It's just a really slow grind. And everything had seemed to have either sleep or hurt more or deal 2 breath. It was a pretty crazy start.
Yeah, it was certainly that. And the stat growths really all throughout the seed were pretty... they were challenging, let's say.
Yeah, I mean, I had to, like, herb my way through my first ghost. It was not good.
Yeah. Sorry, my cat is sitting in my lap here. He wants to chat, huh? Yeah, you can't do that when I'm pushing to talk. Alright, so anyway, tell us about your decision to go at level 17 as opposed to Tristal, who finished first, actually went at 18 because he had a very... I think he found the Axe Knight grind maybe quicker than anybody else. So he did a lot of grinding first there, and then once he had Stop Spell and everything, he started grinding the Red Dragons, so... But when you went at 17, did you think you had a good chance at it, or were you just trying to take a gamble and hope it worked out, so you can at least get second place, or tell us kind of about that?
That was kind of just a desperate gamble at that point. I knew it wasn't a terrible chance if I managed to get down there with all the heal mowers intact, because I did have Death Necklace. And I mean, it honestly wasn't that much better of a level than 16, but at that point I was so sort of like burnt out mentally, I didn't want to grind to the next level. So I figured I'd just... Because I did make it down to get the sword, not too terribly.
Right.
That gave me at least a little bit more confidence that I could make it to the bottom floor without too much trouble. I did get a couple lucky runs from Red Dragons, for sure, on that dive, though.
Yeah, the lucky Red Dragon runs are always good.
The other thing that scared me, that was in the back of my mind, was that there was no way to leave the castle without swamp, I think, so I had to save an herb just to be absolutely safe, but luckily that didn't turn out to be an issue.
Right, yeah. Well, you did have the armor, so... but Tristal did bring that up.
True.
He actually considered using the Death Necklace really early on, because he could, just from the kind of stat level ups, he could kind of see, you know, which way the wind was blowing, but he said one of the reasons he didn't was, you know, A, that potential soft lock if you don't have at least magic armor, you know, or an herb, and then B, just kind of the rest of the fallout. Even if you don't have that swamp there, you still have 1 hit point, probably not a lot of magic when you die, and, you know, you've got to try to find a town to restock, which is not trivial at all in this seed, so... Yeah. Any final thoughts? You did, you basically, I won't say you sniped second place, but you got there by about a minute and a half over Basp, so...
That's crazy close for a 2-hour, 45-minute finish, about. But yeah, I mean, just thank you guys for sticking in there as well with the restream and commentary and tracking. Thanks everyone who watched. And I guess I thought it was kind of funny, like I wanted to do a different speedrunning event afterwards as well. So I figured, like, worst case, I'd have a 2-hour seed and then have an hour for the next one.
Right.
Just one of those nights, I guess. But yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate all you hanging in there with us.
Yes. Well, thank you, and GG, congrats on surviving the seed. As you said, that in itself is a victory.
Yep. Thank you so much, and have a good night.
Alright, you too. Alright, so taking a look at the... just taking a quick look at the Speedrun Live, the race chat. Basp may be joining us here. He says he needs a few minutes after that seed. I can't say I blame him for. Ryu here, to his credit, sticking this out. Still grinding away on those Axe Knights.
Yeah, good news is he is very close to 16, going to pick up Hurtmore, and once you can just torch him down with Hurtmore, that really accelerates this. I don't think there was a town too far outside, so yeah, there's 16 there.
Yeah.
Probably going to take 1 or 2 more levels to finish out and win. But anyways, as for the points, everybody except Basp came in with 5 points. Basp came in with 6, so with his win, Tristal will go up to 10 points. Captain Green and Basp are going up to 8 points. And Ryuseishin is going to be at 6 points after this.
Yes, there you go. So the I believe it's the top 16 places advance to the playoff round, knockout round, whatever you want to call it.
With the amount of people we got, yes, top 16 will move on. We have 2 weeks to go until that happens. I believe we just have Basp in here now.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hello, GG. Congrats on surviving the seed, first of all.
Yeah, that was a bit of a struggle. It was weird because it was a really long, grindy seed, but it was kind of weirdly not. It was weirdly straightforward. Like it was just a really long grind with no spells, and so it was like sort of just really long. And then I felt like I really got messed up and or made a couple big mistakes at the end of my Dragon Lord fights.
Yeah, I think that was the first thing we were going to ask about. On the first attempt, you had a 48 HP situation, and you elected to heal more. As it turns out, you dealt 151 to a 158 Dragon Lord. Were you, with only a large heal, were you fearing the big hit from melee there, or what kind of was your thoughts when that happened?
Yeah, I think that was just a bad play, to be honest. I lost my count on that run, and so I was sort of in a tough spot. I knew I had pretty low rolls. I was hopeful I was doing a little better than that, and I was really hopeful I was going to get an extra attack on the last turn. I got, I think, 2 Dragon Lord Breaths on the last one, but I really should have not heal more there. That was a bad play.
Yeah, you had some pretty bad luck, because I think on your second one you got ambushed and fell 4 points short there. So
yeah, I was about to throw the controller out the window after that one. The other thing I didn't do is I was kind of rushing towards the end, which is why I think I made these minor mistakes. I didn't use my herbs in the first Dragon Lord fight because I was really rushing, and I just, that was a bad calculation. I should have taken my time and squeezed every bit I could out of it.
Well, there is no guarantee that he'll let up on you, and with the lower defense, even Ryuseishin, he actually managed to grind up a silver shield, but doesn't quite have the agility yet to defense break the Dragon Lord, so there's no guarantee you're going to get in there with over 97 health to begin with, and then...
I'm looking now. I see Tristal went to level 18. Did he not use the death necklace?
He did.
That's just a track.
Yeah, he just happened to find the Swamp Cave Axe Knight, I think, earlier than everybody else. So he had a good 2-level lead on everybody experience-wise.
Yeah, he found that, and then he also actually did an early gold grind off the Death Necklace chest. It took him a while, but he ground up for magic armor, which really helped out against all the Hurtmore flying around.
I was just going to mention that was the first time I did that gold grind. I forgot which chest was the Death Necklace, and I had a silver harp grind set up, which was not good. And the second time, I was feeling slow because of that, and not anticipating it was going to be a completely nearly 3-hour seed, and so I just ground up for half plate, which in hindsight was a bad call. I mean, for all I knew, I was going to get hurt more or stop spell or something much sooner, but that was probably a big point. I also my first fight with the Red Dragon in Hawksness was probably like an hour before I got the armor, and I had him pretty far beaten down, and I use a safety heal more, and then he cast heal more. And that must have been like 25% because I never saw another one later. I think that would have been a nice turning point for me if I could have gotten the Redrick's armor earlier, a lot earlier.
Yeah, it was 25% heal more, 50% hurt more.
Yeah, and you mentioned, of course, in hindsight, maybe you should have gotten the magic armor, but of course you can't. You can't know that you're simply, essentially, never going to get stop spell or heal more in this seed until level 15 for stop spell and 16 for hurt more. You can't necessarily plan for that every single time. So.
Yeah, brutal one. I mean, I guess happy to still have had a chance to win it with a little bit better play, but what are you gonna do? It's a good race, long race, but
Yes, indeed. All right. Any final thoughts on the seed here?
none for me. Thanks, guys, for staying up late to commentate. This it was a fun one.
All right. Thank you. GG.
All right, GG.
Okay.
And in the time it took to do that interview, we have level 17 for Ryu. Guess see if he's going to go now or... Well, first he's going to cast Stop Spawn, nothing, but yeah, I think that was just a mismenued outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame him. We're officially over 3 hours, so...
We're over 3 hours. I don't know what time zone he's in, but it's 1 a.m. here, so...
Yeah, I'm pulling double duty here after tracking the 8 o'clock.
That's right, you were in the 8 o'clock. Because we,
Yeah, we have had some interesting races tonight. That's all I'll say about that.
We certainly have. Yeah, now he's going into Charlock here. He's going to try this at 17. As we've seen, it's doable. Not guaranteed, but it is doable.
Yeah, and he's got the advantage of Silver Shield, so that'll take a bit off the Dragon Lord attacks. He's also got quite a few more defense breaks, although the two of the monsters we're really looking for with those defense breaks, like this Green Dragon and the Star Wyvern, they have Dragon Lord Breath.
Yeah, so it doesn't really help all that much. Yeah, he's going to fight some wizards on the way down. Don't know if he's necessarily trying for level 18. Probably not, but I can understand these things are easy. They give a bunch of experience. We might as well just fight them.
Amuse Miniature, he is 1 defensive power short. He'll actually get that defensive power on the next level if he gets there. And here's a surprise Green Dragon to just torch away 40 plus health points.
Well, that's always fun.
At least it was an ambush sleep and just burn an 8.
That is very true.
And yeah, it looks like he's kind of getting some experience here. Just as a bit of a backup as he takes down Axe Knight. Although not quite defense breaking him, I think you need 95 to defense break an Axe Knight.
Yeah, it's pretty high, whatever it is. I know that much. Okay, 94 is what they're saying in chat.
And my notes agree with me on that one. Amused Miniature pointing out that he has kind of the backstage tools to cheat with. Yeah, Amused Miniature, art hacker for tonight, Algebrap. No, Amused Miniature is the restreamer. Algebrap's the tracker.
Yep. And I am MTI, joined here by Smashy on the commentary. Or Smashy is joined by me, one of the two. I don't know. It's one of those.
It's a thing. Just like the seed.
That's, I second that sentiment, Ali Gerbrat. But sometimes that happens with the randomizer.
Yeah, I imagine I've had a seed before that I think second place was also a 229. I think that seed would have been about as bad as this one if I didn't luck into an awesome grind and wound up winning that race by like 29 minutes or something. And Ryuseishin actually electing to take out a Star Wyvern. Take some fire for his troubles.
Yeah, he's about halfway to, a little more than halfway to, level 18 here.
Yeah, it looks like he's kind of going for... No, he's just running. Using the flute to get the guaranteed sleep and just leaving. And actually going back in for the treasury.
Gonna go back in. I don't think he ever got the fighter's ring, so... He got as far as getting the sword and then died without the fighter's ring, so... also, my wife says hi, everybody.
I say blarg. And there it is right there.
There it is, yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if he just died right on top of the treasure chest, so...
Yeah,
Fighter's ring to him. And now he just has to make the loop around, beat up a red dragon, and try to take out this dragon lord.
But I don't think he knows he's got another red dragon waiting for him.
Although well, he's about to find out.
Yeah, he's gonna find out. If he gets there with all his heal mores, he's got a good shot at this.
Well, as long as he keeps encountering the golem, he can just put that to sleep and run off. And hey, another golem. And here we go. Hello, Star Wyvern. How are you doing on this night?
Star Wyvern is like, I'm a little cold. I'm gonna warm you up.
Oh, he was hovering over spell for a little bit, but yeah, you're gonna need some spells now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some spells for this.
Or he's just gonna try to hack it through. Might be able to get if he gets a really nice roll here. Nope.
Yeah, if he gets a good roll, nope.
Okay, he can finish it here because the hurt more came out.
Yep.
And he's got...
Should be good there, yep.
Not going to have any herbs for the Dragon Lord. I don't think we want to see you now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna run from that.
There's the Death Necklace.
There's a death necklace.
Gonna heal walk it.
The heal walk always scares the heck out of me.
I do not trust heal walks anymore.
I've definitely been burned by a heal walk or two in my time. I also do not trust heal walks.
And here we go, Dragon Lord 1. Immediately stops with the stop spell. So good start there. Not quite going to get the 2-shot. And yeah, with no orbs, he's just got to attack through. No ambush, so this should be a pretty free fight.
Is it 25?
Yeah, unlike the others, he was able to bring all 11 Healmores to the party.
And he has that silver shield, which is gonna hopefully blunt some of the bigger Dragon Lord attacks on the higher end. Ooh, there's a 9, but he gets a double.
Going down to 1 Healmore left. Should be dying at any moment now. It is actually going to take it all the way, but...
Yeah, I haven't been keeping count, honestly, so... Got 2 more attacks.
And there it goes.
And there it is!
Just going to use return, walk up, go up to the king and do a bunch of talking. And there we go.
We did it, everybody.
We did it. 3 hours, 14 minutes, 5 seconds. We have finished the seed and can go and throw it in the garbage. Or, in the case of Ryuseishin, out behind the woodshed.
Taking it behind the woodshed, I agree. For people new to the randomizer, we swear it's not normally that sadistic on these settings.
Yeah, usually you can expect a race to go around, I'd say on average, 1 hour 30 minutes.
Yeah, hour and a half to 2 hours, I'd say, is about the average.
Yeah, I'd say about 2 hours is on the upper end of reasonable. Sub-hour is easily possible if everything lines up nicely.
In the meantime, we have Ryu in here. GG, my friend. Congrats on surviving that seed.
If everything lines up nicely.
Thank you.
In the
And
meantime,
Smashy, never again.
have Ryu in here. GG, my friend. Congrats on surviving that. For those who don't know, my co-commentator here rolled this particular seed.
Hey, nobody else rolled it. I think it was getting close to 10 o'clock,
For
and
those who don't know,
I was like,
my
we don't even
co-commentator
have a
here
seed
rolled
yet.
this
I
particular
should
seed.
fix that. Hey, nobody else
Right,
rolled.
right. So Ryu, tell
I
us
think it was getting
about
close to 10
well,
o'clock, and
kind of take us
I was
through
like,
everything
we don't
there.
even have a
I
seed
guess
yet. I
the big
should
thing for me
fix
is
that.
take us through the decision to dive for the sword with no armor.
Well, everything had hurt more. Everything had big boy breath. Or everything punched you for a lot, and there wasn't really anything good to grind on. Because there was no strength absolutely at all throughout the whole entire game. So I wanted strength, and the sword, which found out was definitely in there, was the way to get strength.
Okay, fair enough. And yes, that was the stat growth throughout that seed was just awful. Someone just came in asking what happened to cause a 3 AR seed, and yeah, bad, a whole lot of bad is not. That is an accurate description. No hurt more until level 16. No stop spell until level 15. Red Dragon with heal more and hurt more. Hi, Mario the cat. Okay, you need to not be on my computer right now. What else? Sword in Charlock. Red Dragon, by the way. That Red Dragon, by the way, guarding Erdrick's armor. Point that out.
Basically, the Dragon Lord's minions brought their A game today.
Yeah, this was the kind of the Tomb of Horrors version of the Dragon Lord. Yeah, this was not a seed to provide a fun, interesting challenge for aspiring adventurers. This was designed to kill them horribly and not leave a corpse. So did you consider diving? You consider trying the Dragon Lord any earlier than level 17?
I considered it at 16, if I can actually get the word considered out correctly. But I knew that it was probably not going to go in my favor. But then at 17, the stat gain was still atrocious, so just said, why not give it one shot? I kill him, I don't, then done with this dumpster fire.
Yeah, at least one other runner actually said a similar thing. That the growth at 17 wasn't actually all that different from 16, but at that point they were just so fried from the that they just said, "No, forget it, I'm going."
I mean, they're trying to find something you could kill with 11 whole HP, 2 of which you lost instantly leaving Charlock. Just trying to get a level, and even level 2 it wasn't that great. I don't think it was till maybe level 5 that it really kind of helped anywhere.
All right, that was the other thing that you kind of pointed out, is that there really wasn't a good grind spot at all throughout that seed. The Axe Knight spike tile was probably the least bad thing once you got above a certain level, but there really wasn't a quick or efficient way to grind really at all, given the lack of strength, the lack of hurt more. Just kind of the way that seed presented itself. It was pretty obvious what had to be done. There was just not an easy way to do it at all.
Well, like I said, everything had hurt more. I mean, Wraith Knights had it, and the Blue Dragons had it, and the Knights had it, and then I don't know. I lost count of all the things with hurt more, but anything that didn't have the hurt more had the big breath, like the not Wraith Knights. Wraith Knights didn't have hurt more. They had the big breath. And the Star Wyverns had it, and the Green Dragons had it. There was not a friendly dragon in sight, because they all had something, and the Red Dragons were the worst of all.
Yes, indeed. All right. Any final thoughts on this seed before we let you go here? I know I have to go get some sleep, but
No final thoughts. I'm just gonna take it out behind the woodshed. That's.
well, fair enough. But props to you for sticking that out, and GG on completing. I think just finishing that seed is a definite victory.
Like I said, one try, and if it failed, then I was done with that.
Well, it didn't fail, so. All right, Smashy. Any other final thoughts before we head off here? Before I go to sleep? I don't know what anyone else is doing.
I'm going to go make sure nobody's coming after me with a torch or a pitchfork.
All right, fair enough. All right, well then, I think we're going to be signing off here. So I will say thank you to the Amused Miniature for the restream. Thanks to Ali Gabrap for the tracking. Thank you to my co-commentator Smashy for co-commentating and giving us this delightful seed. Definitely follow all of those people. Follow the runners. I suppose you can follow me too on Twitch. My name is MTI. And we all thank you from all of us for watching, for sticking with us, for sticking it out with that seed. And have a good night, everybody.